Hello and welcome to another game of Spirit Island. So far we have played 10 games in this series, and today we are playing River against Habsburg. Now this is an interesting matchup. He is a bit difficult for River because he has extra health. So that could be a problem, but Habsburg in general is a lot about his towns, and River in general is good against towns. And we can push him, so maybe we can push him into lands with Blight to play around this effect. So we just have to keep in mind that we should add Blight to avoid his escalation. That's not that difficult for us, so that's not that dangerous. He adds towns, and again we are good against towns, so that may not be a big problem. But still, we don't want him to have too many towns. And then he does extra damage, and he has this wave of immigration and so forth. But let's get started.
Initial explore. Mountains.
So we have a mountain explorer.
Turn 1. Grow phase.
So what do we want to do with that? He's going to build here. He will drag one of these towns in here, and then he will ravage. Here he will lose that disease, and then he will ravage. Now these ravages, I'm probably going to allow them to get 3 blight, because if we only have 1 blight or 2 or fewer, he does this twice, and that's not good. So we kind of have to allow these ravages. So we are not going to kill that explorer for sure. But let's try to counterattack him here. We can move those Dahan in here and then play River's Bounty. And we add 1 more presence. Let's add it here so that we have access to all lands. This is also a good place where we can put our sacred site. We have a lot of adjacency.
Play powers.
So let's play River's Bounty and then wash away, probably.
Fast powers. Build mountains.
He will add a town and he will drag 1 town, and I think this one is the best one. This way, if we can clear this land, he will have an isolated land over there.
Explore. Jungles.
He explored in jungles, which is a bit unfortunate. Now he reached that land too early.
Slow powers.
Let's see, we want to River's Bounty in here. So now he will do 5 damage, and we can kill his 2 towns in the counterattack. But we have this town that gives extra damage. That's Far-Flung Hurge. Damages do 2 plus 2 damage to adjacent lands. So we kind of want to push him away. We can do that though. What about the builds? Do we want to prevent them? We have 1 ravage here and 1 ravage here. That's 3 blight. We kind of want 5 blight though. So maybe we should let him build and ravage. But maybe not both places. So we can push him. Let's start with that. Let's push him here. Now we have fixed that problem that he does extra damage. And then let's wash away 1 of those. I kind of want to keep my presence here. And I want my sacred site here. So let's move this one, I guess, with wash away. And he can build here.
Turn 2. Grow phase.
So we can add another presence here. Now we have our sacred site, and then we have 1 additional presence somewhere. I kind of want it here, but he will ravage here. So let's add it here. then we have another sacred site. Always useful to have sacred site with the Han.
Play powers.
Let's reclaim River's Bounty and let's play all our powers.
Fast powers.
Puno Vigor, 1 energy. What about Flash Floods? We cannot kill him, he is durable. He will Ravage here, that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. That is an irreparable damage. What if we kill his explorers? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we kill 1 explorer, that is 8 damage, that's too much. Otherwise that would be a good combo to do 2 damage. And then kill him off with Flash Floods. But I think what we're going to do is kill those explorers. Now at least he will not do irreparable damage.
Event.
For the rest of this turn, explorers have +1 health. Does that matter? Doesn't matter, we are not going to kill his explorer anyway. We're just interested in his towns. Each beast generates 1 fear if invaders are present and moved on adjacent land if not. So we can either add him here to take care of that explorer or here. What's going to happen next? On each board add 1 Dahan to an inland land with Dahan. So that's a Dahan here. That actually take care of that explorers, even though he has extra health. We have 6 damage, yeah, so that explorer is dead. So let's move him here.
Ravage. Mountains.
So he will ravage here, that's a blight. He will ravage here, that's a blight. He will do 2, 4, 5 damage. And then he counterattacks, 6 damage. So that is the ravage.
Build. Jungles.
So we have a build, and we have here no build, but he will migrate. So let's use the principle that we should have as many empty lands as possible. So we chooses this town, if that makes sense.
Explore. Jungles.
So we have an explore, explore, explore. And then we have an escalation, that's 3 blight. That's 1 land, 1 town to a land without town or blight. Let's add him in the corner here.
Slow powers.
So we have 2 damage and push up to 3. That could take care of this problem. It can take care of this problem. We want 2 more blight, but we definitely don't want to have blight in both those lands. And he will build a city here also, and he will build a city here. Both are kind of unfortunate, but he will ravage first, so we could add in some Dahan, and that will kill the town. At least here. I think what I'm going to do is 2 damage to him. That means when we move him, he will die. So let's do that. He was durable here. He lost 2 damage, 2 health. And when he lost his durability, he will die immediately. So that's a useful trick. Now for River's Bounty, I'm going to add the Han in here. Get 1 energy. This way, when he counterattacks, he will kill 2 Dahans. You have 5 attack. So he will kill 2 Dahan, but we can kill him in the counterattack. He will have 1 extra explorer though, so he can still build. But maybe we can get something. Maybe we can get a minor power. I think either we play first growth option or third. So we will definitely have a minor power.
Turn 3. Grow phase.
But which option do we want then? This one will allow us to play the fourth 4 card plays and get the 3rd level innate. That is usually a very good plan. But the question is if we kind of need to do something this turn. He will ravage here. That's kind of the only problem we have. He will ravage and build here. We kind of want him to ravage. That's 2 blight, that means we have 5 blight, and that the escalation is nullified. So we don't really need to do anything here, I think. Let him do that, and let's get a power card instead. Gold's allure, rouse the trees, call the guard, sky stretches to shore. Now, did we get something that can take care of this problem? I want to avoid that build if possible. We have call to guard, that is 1 way, defend 1 per Dahan. That means he will ravage and he will die. That is useful. What about sky stretches to shore? This one is very good for river in general. It has our elements and it means that we can play our innate in the fast phase. And that can be very, very good. It also can allow some slow power major powers to be played in the fast phase. So I like this power. It's kind of more fun than the defend. Even though that kind of neatly saves us for this turn. But we can actually save them with sky stretches also, because that allows us to play wash away in the fast phase and we can push them away. Let's try that. So that was gain power, then we can add a presence. Let's add this one. I think we will add it here. This is a good candidate for massive flooding in a later turn.
Play powers.
So let's wash them away and let's play both of them. We reclaim wash away.
Fast powers.
And then we can play this one fast with sky stretches and we can push 3. So I think I will add them here. Or do I push them into the corner here? That's the question. Maybe I should set up a counterattack here, kill off that city, and then I put all the towns into the corner here. I have 1 more push here. I could push the last town in the slow phase down here. I think that can be good. Then they don't give extra damage to each other, and all the towns are collected in 1 land where we can do massive flooding. I think I will try that.
Event.
Years of little rain. A terrible drought parches the island. So this is the event that we got one of the previous games with River. It is quite powerful. We can add another presence if we have enough energy, that is. But we have 2 and 1, that's not enough. And we do not have anything we can discard. So the only way we can get that is if we forget the power. Are we willing to do that? Probably. Because we do have 4 cards that we can still meet this threshold. So I can do that. Uno Vigor, for example, is not that useful. Well, it's 1 energy though, and we have not that much energy for a major. Maybe we can forget Flash Floods. This one is 2 energy. It costs a lot and it does not do that much. Can be useful to kill cities, but we have a major power for that also. So let's discard that one. If we're gonna have 5 card plays, we need cheap powers. So that is 4 energy by forgetting that one. we can add a presence with the land with the Han. So let's add him here. And then we have each piece deals 2 damage. No invaders there. And then during ravage in every land defend 1 per the Han. That doesn't matter.
Ravage. Jungles. Build. Jungles.
So he will build, but he does not build, but he has migration. So 1 town should be moved into this land. Let's see, which one do I want to move in there? What am I going to do next turn? I'm going to probably play our combo. We will have 1 more miner that we can play also. But we will have enough energy, so we could do this 2 damage to invader fast if we want to. That could take care of that town, so that he does not ravage. Maybe it is a good idea to push him in here. And then we have 1 more push. We could push also this one in here. And that way we can kill those 2 towns in the fast phase. Let's try that.
Explore. Coastal lands.
So we have a coastal explorer. That's good, we don't have an escalation, but it is kind of scary now.
Slow powers.
He will build and then ravage. So maybe we need to change plans here. We have 1 push, we could take care of that build. We can move this town, or this town, or this town. This, if we move this, they will take care of the ravage. So maybe we'll move it in here, and then we can kill off those. The fast phase, that's one solution. But then he will build a city here. You can move that one in here and kill off those. Then he will build a town here, but we'll save the ravage. Which one is best? Or we can move that one and save the build. Let's do this, I think. Let's move this town in here with massive flooding.
Turn 4. Grow phase.
And then we can play sky stretches together with massive flooding in here. In the fast phase, that will take care of that ravage, and then he will not build any more cities. So let's get a minor power. We have 5 card plays, but not that many powers. Gift of Nature's Connection, 2 energy, or 2 elements of a single element. Here we have 1 energy, and we have plenty of sacred size, so that's also 2 energy. Here we can push something in the coast that is useful. We can take care of that explorer. I can easily do both, so I can move the Han also if I wanted. Song of Sanctity. It's not that interesting. It removes blight. I don't want to do that. So energy or push. This is my colors, but I don't really need more powers for that. I kind of want energy for the major. I'm going to have... This is mostly a power that I throw away for the major. It makes sense if I just gain some energy and then throw it away. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take... this one is maybe a little bit better because I can get 2 elements if I so wanted. Yeah, Let's take this one.
Play powers.
So let's play everything.
Fast powers.
1 energy from Bone of Vigor and 2 energy from Gift of Nature's Connection. Then I have Sky Stretches to make this one fast, and I can kill those towns. That takes care of the Ravage, and we can still have a healthy island.
Event.
Relentless Optimism. For the rest of this turn, don't generate fear for destroying buildings. No problem, I don't think we have any fear generating destruction going on. On each board in the land with the most combined invaders plus the Han, add 1 disease, 2 damage to the Han. So let's see, which land is that? We have 2, we have 3, we have 4. I think this is this land. And 1 the Han dies. And then we have 2 the Han in a land that we owned. That is true. Let's get 1 energy for that.
Fear.
Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land where it is the only invader. That is this guy.
Ravage. Jungles.
So no Ravage here.
Build. Coastal lands.
So this one, is this prevented? Yeah, we can use it this turn. So let's use this one, and then we have a build here and no build here. And then migration. There is no town to migrate.
Explore. Sands.
So we have an exploration, and then we have an escalation. On each board with 4 or fewer, that is true. So we have to add a town somewhere. And then we will have the wave of immigration. That's 1 city and 3 towns. And the towns will be added here in lands without blight, and the city will add in a land without a city. So that's here or here. So what I'm going to do in the slow phase here, we will wash away something and move some to Han. So where do I want the massive flooding? I want it here. So I will probably push these guys in here. So I probably should add that town here then. That's the escalation town, so that this one can be part of that wash away and that massive flooding.
Wave of immigration.
So we will add a city here or here. I think this one is best here. We can make this clear. We will have 1 explorer left. It will die in the Ravage. And yeah. So 1 city here, and then 3 towns to the 3 inland lands with the fewest blight. That is these 3.
Slow powers.
So let's wash away these guys. 1, 2, 3 guys in here. And I will massive flood them. Probably in the fast phase. But let's see. So we have a river's bounty. So we add some Dahan somewhere. We have a city here. We could add Dahan here and kill that city. We could also move them in here and kill off those in the fast phase. And do the same thing here. It's kind of important to kill off those in the fast phase, because this is extra damage, and then he will also ravage here and blight. So I think this one is the priority to defend, because this has a blight. So if we can find a power that defends, that would be useful. So let's do River's Bounty here. Like that. Then we kill off those. We have the hand both here and here, everywhere to defend. So let's hope for a defend event, I guess.
Turn 5. Grow phase.
So what I want to do here is grab a major now. Reclaim. We have an excellent setup for a major. We can exchange this one and get a major. We will have 6 available energy for that major. Let's see what we get. Organs of power and protection. That one is kind of interesting. It is my elements. We can reach a threshold. What does this do? Remove one of your presence on the island from the game, setting on the reminder card. From now on, each Dahan with one range of your presence provide defend one in this land, and you gain one less energy each turn. From now on, that this is a permanent effect. That one is very strong. The presence instead comes from your track. Very interesting. That means we could keep adding presence here every turn, and our Dahan will defend one per Dahan. Each Dahan within one range of your presence provides defend one in his land. That is very powerful. That is 3 defend here. That's enough to take care of that city. It's 1 defend here is not enough to take care of that city though. What do we have more? Unrelenting growth. Target spirits add 2 presence and 1 wildstorm land at 1 range. That's a lot of presence I can add here. Can we reach the threshold? I guess we can with this one. We will have 3 plants then, 3 sun. We should be able to do that. What does this do? We'll add an additional wilds, remove 1 blight, and we gain a power card. That's a lot of growth. But do we want to remove blight? I'm not so sure about that. We are playing against Habsburg. What about this one? Melt earth into quicksand. 2 damage and 4 damage if we can reach a threshold. We probably can do that with this one also. If we gain moon, we will have 4 water. Yeah, we can do that. We also probably can reach that threshold simultaneously. We have 5 card plays. Could be powerful. Do we have any use for that though? 6 damage in a wetlands. That can take care of this problem now. That can be useful here. Cost 4 energy though. Is it worth it? Kind of like this one more. We have a lot of Dahan. We can move Dahan around. In the long term, we will get more energy, even though we have to pay 1 each turn for each time we do this. But I think let's try this one. I don't think this one is good. We will only... It's the wrong elements, only have beast. No, let's take this one. And let's remove something. What do we want to forget? We have some options here. I thought I was going to remove this one, but now we have the same elements that we need, so we can actually kind of forget anything we want here and still have our threshold and the innate. So I guess we will just remove Uno Vigor. This one is 2 energy, this one is 1 energy. Yeah, let's get rid of this one.
Play powers.
And let's play everything.
Fast powers.
So we need to have range 0 at the hand, that's no problem. So we remove 1 from our track. We have the threshold. And now we have, let's remove it from the game here. Put it here. And now, from now on, we have +1 defense for each Dahan. Yeah, very useful. This one, let's get 2 energy. This can make this one fast. Let's play it here.
Event.
Putting down roots. On an inland land, replace 1 explorer with a town. Invaders do not ravage in lands with disease or strife. We don't have any such tokens. Each player may push 1 explorer or town from a land with Dahan. So we could push this one, but it will ravage and die anyway. Let's not do that. So we can push one of these. That could be beneficial. Where do we want to push them though? He will build here, so let's not add him in there. We could either add him here or here. I think this one might be the best candidate. We have a presence here. We could move in some Dahan and then defend with this one maybe. I think so. Let's move on.
Fear.
Each player adds a strife in a different land with at least 2 invaders. Now, what was that event? Invaders do not ravage in land with strife, wasn't it? So I could add it here. And then we have solved this one, haven't we? But I guess I cannot do that. We have to have at least 2 invaders, sorry. Let's back that up. We have to add it here. Yeah, so we are not saved.
Ravage. Coastal lands.
So he will, let's do this in order. He will ravage here first. He will die. No, he actually doesn't take damage. We have 1 defense here. And we have 3 defense here. And we have 1 defense here, but that's not enough. We have 5 damage. So he will kill us and he will add a blight. So we will get a blighted island. Thriving communities in 4 different lands. Replace town with cities and replace explorers with towns. That was not a good blight card. Now we have a lot of cities here. I guess we have to have these 4. We have to choose these 4 lands. So yeah, we don't have any choice here really. There's a city here, a town here, a city here, and one of these will become a city. Can we replace this one and still have the strife on it? I'm not sure about that, how the rule is there. Let's replace this one instead. I will look it up later. If this strife survives a replace, I'm not sure. But let's just replace this one instead. So that was thriving communities. And that was the ravage. Now we have ravaged everywhere. Let's move on to the build.
Build. Sands.
So he will build a town here. And then he will migrate. And let's move in this one. So that we get another empty land.
Explore. Wetlands.
So explore and explore. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blight. So that means 1 town somewhere. And it must not be in a land with blight or town. So that leaves us land 3 and 8. And I think this one is going to ravage. It will be a durable town. So he will not die from that. So let's add him here. And keep this empty. Why not?
Slow powers.
So what do we have here? We have next turn we want to do massive flooding somewhere. It's probably going to be here because we have a blight here. And he will ravage here. So that could be an alternative to set up a massive flooding here in the slow phase. But the problem is that we do not have any presence here to move into Han. So where do we want to move in the Dahan? He also will do a lot of damage here. 8 damage is an irreparable damage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. We could simply move this town in here and that explorer, and then kill him in the slow phase here. It will add 1 blight, and then we can kill him off. We'll build here, that's 1 town. So that's, I could move them, and then this one. Alternatively, we could push those towns out here and have massive flooding here. Yeah, I think that might be better. But we don't want him to build a city here. So we can only move in 1 town. But what if we do this one? If we move 1 town in here and 1 town in here, then he will not have the irreparable damage. And then in the slow phase, next turn, we could push, he will build a city here. That's 2 towns. We can push 3 towns in here. He will build 1 more town in here. That's a lot of towns that we can kill with massive flooding. I think that could work. So that was the wash away. So where do we want the Dahan? I want them in here, but I cannot do that. So I guess we will move them into the wetlands that we'll ravage next. So I think let's move into Dahan here. 1 more energy. This one can take care of that city eventually.
Turn 6. Grow phase.
Now before I move on here to the next turn, I think I forgot about paying for this, didn't I? I have played this already, and you should gain 1 less energy each turn. That is probably also valid for last turn. So I should pay 1, I think, because we played this one, gain 1 energy, yeah. So we shouldn't have gained that energy. So now is the next turn. Let's gain 1 energy. Actually, now we should not gain that energy also. Now is the next turn, and this come into effect immediately. And then reclaim and gain a power card. So what do I want here? I don't have that much energy. 2, 3, 4 energy. We will have 8 energy. We do have 4 energy. It could be a good idea to get another major, but I kind of want to keep all these cards. Maybe I can throw this away. Or I save that to get some energy and get a major power next turn. And then I have another minor to throw away. I think I will do that. So what do we want here? We will have plenty of defense. We can play this again. The effect stacks. I can play that and add more Dahan in here. But I kind of want to solve this problem. Do I have something to solve that one? Defend, that's still range 0. Spirit with may add 1 of the destroyed presence. Gather up to 2 Dahan, push 1 blight. We can use that, can't we? We can move into Dahan. We can add a presence here and move into Dahan, defend that one. That is 4 defense. He will only do 5 damage. So that is an option. This one can destroy a city in the fast phase, but it will add blight. That is also an option. I can use that with guy stretches to destroy it immediately. That is also an option. But why add blight when we can simply kill them with Dahan, right? Let's do that.
Play powers.
Let's play this one. Let's add more defense. And we probably want to play those. Maybe even that one to get to this threshold. What do we want to play fast? With this we want to play slow, I guess. So that he builds first. So we get more towns to kill. And this one, I guess we could play fast, but we kind of don't need to. This one is enough to move those in here. Maybe we'll play this one instead. This will give us 2 elements to reach this threshold. Or we do that. This will give us more energy, so let's do that.
Fast powers.
So this one is 2 water. Now we have the threshold. We can play this one again. One more here. Now we have to remember we should pay for one of these. We have already paid for one, but the other one we haven't paid for this turn. And then we have Sky Herald. We could add a destroyed presence here and move those in here. Yeah, and that's my fast turn.
Blighted Island event.
Eager Explorers. After the first successful build action, add 1 explorer to an adjacent land without invaders. We must remember that. And then we have Beast Chase off Homesteaders. Push up to 2 explorer or 1 town from a land with Beast. Now this was the land I wanted to massive flood in, so I don't want to push them out. But we don't have to, it's up to. So let's continue. At their gates, demanding redress. 2 fear per land with Tahan and cities. Now we have 2 such lands, that's excellent, that's 4 fear. And that's another fear card.
Fear.
On each board, push 1 explorer, 1 town from a land with Badlands, Wilds or Dahan. Now this I have to do. So I kind of don't want to do that, but I guess I have to. It's only applicable here. But I don't want to move the town. Let's move 1 explorer. That's okay.
Ravage. Sands.
So he will ravage here. No problem. And then we have here 4 defense. And he will do 5 damage. That's enough for him to die. He will take 1 damage, I guess. And that's the ravage.
Build. Wetlands.
So he will build a town here, and here he will build a city, but that is a town instead, and that means 2 towns because of more rural than urban. And then we have Eager Explorers. After the first successful build action, add 1 explorer to an adjacent land without invaders. Let's add an explorer here. And then we have Migratory Herders, and that means he will migrate into here.
Explore. Mountains and jungles.
So he will explore.
Slow powers.
And then we can kill some towns. Let's move in these here. And then let's kill those towns. And that made us reach stage 2, excellent. River's Bounty we can use to move in some Dahan here. So now we have 6 defense, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is enough to defend that land.
Turn 7. Grow phase.
So we want to gain energy, and that one is prevented because of one of these. We'll reclaim and gain a power card. And what do we want here? I guess We can try to find a major now. We have 6 cards and we can discard 1. Let's do that. Draw towards a consuming void is interesting. That is a good finisher, but a bit expensive. This one is not that good. We don't need major powers now. We are good, but we need something that can take care of that city. This is under control. This is under control. If we can take care of this city in a fast phase, then we are good. But I guess we don't kill everything here, really. But maybe this one. 4 energy. And then we can pay energy to deal X damage. If we get 2 fire, we can do both if we play 2 fire with this one. But it is 0 range, so it cannot really kill that city. Unless we use this one. We have 1 more presence that is destroyed. We could use that to add that presence there. Then we have range. We could actually do that this turn. This one, and this one. Then we can take care of that city this turn in the fast phase. But then I don't think this will die. Will they? 3 is durable, that's the problem. These have 4 health each. We could maybe get 2 more Dahan in there. That could take care of 10 health. 3, 7, 11. It's not enough. But let's take this anyway, and we can use it next turn. Perhaps if we kill these this turn. And then we have only this one left. And these towns, which we can take care of with massive flooding. So let's forget something for this major. Maybe this one. I think this is enough. We have 2 defense per Dahan. We don't really need more. That just cost money, so let's forget this one.
Play powers.
So what do we want to play? We can save this one for next turn. Then we can add a defense here, and this one we can use now to gain energy. What about this? This will give energy, that's good. And then we can play this innate to destroy some town somewhere, or even here to help with that. Yeah, let's try this.
Fast powers.
So we should pay 1 more for the second one. We only paid for 1 of them. And then we play Gift of Them. 1, 2. Gift of Nature's Connection. Then we have this one. 4 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see. We want to play this slow, I think. Yeah, to take care of those builds. So let's get this slow also. So maybe we will push in some Dahan in the fast phase. Let's do that. We only need 2 Dahans here. Let's move in 1 Dahan and add a Dahan here. Then we will get a greater counterattack there.
Blighted Island. Event.
Lesser spirits imperiled. The invader spread is threatening many of the island's smaller spirits. You may tempt your own strength, gain 1 energy, and some stuff happening here. Or we can pay 4 to get a permanent element. Do we want that? I don't think we need that. We are good. I think maybe that just costs us energy, which will we need for this one. Let's tend to our own strength. We did not get a plant and we did not get an animal, so nothing happened. did get 1 energy. And then quit the farmlands. On each board, push 1 beast to a land without buildings. 1 fear if an explorer is present there. On each board, gather 1 or 2 Dahan into a land with Dahan setup symbols. This does not have symbols. Let's add 1 Dahan here.
Fear.
Fear level 2, this is not applicable. Add a strife. We don't want to add it here or here. This is already good. And they will just be removed. Let's add it here. Then we have 1 energy per sacred site in lands with invaders. We have 1 here, we have 1 here. That should be 2 energy. Also have 1 here. 3 energy. We have a lot of energy. This is going to wipe out a lot of stuff.
Ravage. Wetlands.
So we have 6 defense here. He has only 5 damage. No problem. And he have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage here. Against 10 defense. No problem. So we have 10 damage. 3. And then we have 7. We cannot kill that town. But we can partially kill him. Can we push him into the blight here? In the slow phase. We can do that with wash away. But we kind of don't need to do that, I think, because he will build here. And this will have a migration, and that will draw him in here. So we have 7 damage so far. Let's do 2 more and 1 here. And then he will die.
Build mountains and jungles.
Because he will build here. And then he will migrate in here and die. So that is that.
Explore jungles and sands.
Jungles and sands.
Slow powers.
So let's see here. We have plenty of energy. If we just can get a presence in here, we can do that with this one and this one combined. So we kind of only need to take care of 1 land, and we can do that with 2 damage to each. If we have enough energy. But let's see if we have. Let's move him here. And 2 damage to each.
Turn 8. Grow phase.
We need something to kill him. Or we can use sky stretches and some push to push him in fast phase and then kill him off. But we kind of need then everything here. So we probably need to reclaim. Seems like. Because otherwise we don't have any way to handle this one. You only get 1 water. Yeah, so let's reclaim. Gain 1 energy. Gain a power card. Minor probably. I don't think any of these are useful.
Play powers.
So let's pay 2 for our Dahan defense, and then what do we need to play here? We need to play this one and this one, and then we need to do something fast, and that something is this one, so we need River's Bounty and Wash Away. Then we can do 2 damage to each. We can take care of this one. We have 8 energy left. That's enough to kill him. I think we have it here.
Fast powers.
So this one, 2 damage to each. This one has this presence and can gather some Dahan. And then we have unleash a torrent. Target this land. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we paid 7 energy for that. So that's it. That is River versus Habsburg. Now we only have one more adversary with this spirit, and that is going to be Russia. So if you're up to it, see you then. Bye for now.